about that World Beat Band, everybody? Woo-hoo-hoo! Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, y'all, you came on a good Sunday. Turn to someone and tell them they came on a good Sunday this morning. Let's welcome folks online in the same way back there at the cameras. Good morning, good morning. You're with us on a good Sunday. If you'd like to continue chatting, there'll be snacks and such right outside those doors down and to the left, right after the service. So, I would like to talk for a minute about our common story of Pandora. I think we've all heard of this lady and her famous box. She was created as the first human woman by Zeus, the top god, who, being a Greek god, couldn't just leave things alone. No, this guy gives her a box she can never open. You can guess she got curious. What could it be? What's the worst that could happen? Here's where the context of the times comes into play. When she opens the box, what comes out are the worst things human could imagine at the time. A pox upon your house, worlds, then world wars, on and on through history until we arrive at our present situation. What would happen if we opened that box today? What if we just allowed anyone on the Supreme Court? What if we just didn't worry about that old Constitution so much? What could happen if we allowed a convicted felon to run the country? Curiosity. Boy, what are the results of today's pestilence? What comes in that box today? Call that starvation. COVID, ice, climate change. Lots. So many things come in that box today. Anybody? Yes. So in the story of Pandora, though, there is one thing left in that box afterwards. And what is that one thing that's left? Hope. You got it. Louder for those in the back. It's hope. Hope. How do we inspire each other? With hope. What will see us through this dark but temporary time? Hope. Karen, Jen, Shannon, and I had dinner with Howard just after the election. And Howard said, as we were commiserating about just how bad things were and how things could be. This is right after the election. We hadn't even seen any of it. But we were all bemoaning what had happened. And Howard finally speaks up quietly and says, there is always hope. So, we have hope here today to speak to us. Candace Chellew is going to tell us a little bit about hope today. Here's where I get to the fine print, and I need my glasses. Candace is a graduate of Candler School of Theology at Emory University in Atlanta and has been in ministry for the last 23 years. She's also the author of Bulletproof Faith, a spiritual survival guide for gay and lesbian Christians, published in 2008 by John C. Bass. She's been a student of A Course in Miracles since 2016 and today considers herself a recovering Christian. Reverend Candace Chellew is the pastor of Clayton Memorial Unitarian Universalist Church in Newberry, South Carolina. So we'll be hearing more from Candace later. And thank you for being here today with us, Candace. And I believe we're going to head into an Advent candle now.
Thank you, John, so much. Yes, this is the first week of Advent, and so we will be lighting the first candle this week, and each week we're going to bring up a different special group of people who are a part of Jubilee.
This Sunday, we honor the notion of hope. And we've asked the AV team and the setup team to be our Advent candle lighters, because every Sunday we hope that the AV equipment behaves, as in it works. And that it plays well with each of the participants that enhance our community-led Sunday celebration. We have Bob Lantis, John Langdon, Greg Peterson on the AV team, and John Busse, Karen Langdon, Michael Smith, and David Sharpe are all on the setup and breakdown team. You too can join this group. These are the people who are here every Sunday morning while you may still be counting sheep, or perhaps you're in your slippers and robe enjoying your morning coffee or tea. We sure are grateful to all of you and all that you keep us Jubilee running smoothly each Sunday. Okay, here's the candle lighting part. We light a candle for hope, sending prayers high into the heavens and dreams into the human soul. Everybody? We light the candle for hope. May it light the way. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, so nice. Thank you, team.
Hold one, David.
John's running to the board.
Hello, hello. Oh, I'm here now. So rise, and we're going to welcome in the directions. Turn and face the east. Spirits of the east. Eagle over the lake at sunrise. The bright morning star. The dawning of the day. The fire in our hearts. The place of beginnings. The place of birth. The place of the spring. The flowers. The waters. The winds. The greens appearing. We thank you. Bright morning star arise, and bright morning stars arise, and bright morning stars arise, and day is a breaking in my soul. We thank you. We love you. We ask your guidance, healing, and protection in a good way. Turn and face the south. Spirits of the south. Coyote, turtle, deer, the water nations, the thunder beings, that water inside of us and around us in the rivers, lakes, streams, oceans, the heat and passion of summer, sweat, the berries, the bounty of food, our kinship with the ocean of blood, the salty seas inside of us that brings food and oxygen to all our cells and takes away what's not needed. River, take me along in your sunshine. Sing me your song ever moving. Winding and free, you roll an old river. You change an old river. Let's you and me, river, run down to the sea. We thank you. We love you. We ask your guidance, healing, and protection in a good way. Miigwech, turn and face the west. Spirits of the west, Mudgekiwas, the bear, the raven. We thank you for your curiosity, your grounding, your boundaries. We thank you for the stone people, the storytellers and record keepers, the backbone of all the mountains, of all the earth. We thank you for our bones, our personal storyteller and record keepers that let us move about. And we thank you for the gifts of the fall, the harvest, the first frost, the show of colors in the leaves to remember the gifts of the trees so the little brothers and sisters can survive the time called winter. My head is in the sky, sky, sky. My feet are on the ground, ground, ground. What about my blood? It's from the sea. What about my bones? Like the mountains they be. And my hands, oh my hands. I believe with my hands I can hold this land. My two hands hold the earth. My two hands hold the earth. We thank you. We love you. We ask your guidance, healing, and protection in a good way. Aho, miigwech. And turn and face the north. Spirits of the north. White buffalo, calf woman, white wolf. We thank you for the winds of wisdom. We thank you for the winds of our ancestors, wise and wonderful. And we thank you for this breath as we breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide to the green things that breathe in carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen, where together we are the lungs of the world. We thank you for winter clarity, midnight northern lights, the polar constellations, the North Star guiding our way, Orion and the constellations looking over us, and all the ancestors that we know that have moved on, wise and wonderful, guiding our way. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. We are our grandmother's dreaming. We are our grandfather's prayers. We are the breath of the ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. We thank you. We love you. We ask your guidance, healing, and protection in a good way. Aho miigwech. Face Father Sky. The sun, the moon, the stars, the planets around the stars, the moons around the planets, the falling stars, asteroids, comets, the great mysteries, the galaxies, the Milky Way, the standing ones, the singing ones, the winged ones, the cloud nation. We thank you for the sun and rain and holding our dreams, teaching us to reach for the impossible and to do it. When the day is over and all the work is done, we fly away home. When the day is over and all the work is done, we fly away home. Fly away home to dreamland. Fly away home. Fly away home to dreamland. Fly away home. We thank you. We love you. We ask your guidance, healing, and protection in a good way. Aho miigwech. And turn and face Mother Earth. We thank you for giving us everything we need: food, shelter, clothing, a community, nurturing soil, water, air. We thank you for this incredible diversity of life that we get to be a part of as one Gaia. We thank you for creativity, compassion. We thank you for holding us in this embrace of love, this embrace of gravity, and we hold you with every ounce of our being. The earth is our mother, she takes good care of us. The earth is our mother, we must take care of her. Hey, younga, ho, younga, hey, young. Hey, younga, ho, younga, hey, young. We thank you. We love you. We ask your guidance, healing, and protection in a good way. And face the center of yourself, right here in your heart, where all the directions come together. Getchimanatu, we thank you for this moment right here, right now, where we can join our hearts with all the other hearts here at Jubilee, all the other hearts in the French Broad River Valley, with all the other hearts of all the beings in the Blue Ridge Mountains, in the Appalachian Mountains, on Turtle Island, in the ocean surrounding it in Europe, Africa, Asia, Antarctica, all the planet, all the continents, all of Mother Earth, the heart of Mother Earth, the heart of the universe with Creator. Now I walk in beauty. Beauty is before me. Beauty is behind me, above and below me. We thank you. We love you. We ask your guidance, healing, and protection in a good way. Aho miigwech.
Thank you, David. Please remain standing. Let's sing in the divine together.
Good morning, Jubilee. Good morning. My name is Rene, and I want to tell you about the Artist Way workshop that I will be facilitating starting December 16th. I'm very passionate about this because creativity is a necessary part of our existence. It's as necessary to me as breathing and eating. Creativity comes from our inner child, which is how we present ourselves to the world. With the help of Julia Cameron's book, we will seek to bring our creativity into the light. I've been working with the book for 8 years, and through its exploration, I have improved every aspect of my life. I have learned that I'm a great cook, and I've learned that I could go back to school because I figured out that I could write. And I have gone and had the courage to go out and to seek dancing and singing and how to make music. I found guys, I'm sorry, I haven't done this in a long time. Oh, and the other thing that's the most important is that I have the courage and the enthusiasm to speak to a bunch of strangers out in the open like this. So, with all of that aside, I just want to say that finding my inner child has really set me free in my daily life and has brought me so much joy. We all grew up being told that we were either a natural talent or no talent, which essentially was saying that our inner child was like trash being sorted into useful and not useful. How dare they? How dare they do that? And so I invite you to come be a part of this community where you can break the chains of conformity, be your unique self and give your point of view, and be a part of something sacred in this group and discovering our own selves. There's about 20 spaces, and 8 of them are already filled. So if you would like to be a part of this, you can email Michelle, and she will sign you up. I'm here after the service if you want to talk more about it. But there is no commitment to time or anything. I want you to feel free to come and go. I trust the divine in leading you and what you need to do. Actually, I trust your inner child. So come and join us, and I'm very excited. This is something that I've been wanting to do for 8 years. So thank you, Jubilee, for giving me this opportunity and letting me show what I have to offer. I am also making the announcements today, and will try my best. To encourage you to participate in Jubilee's Talent Project, we are handing out $10 bills during this announcement as seed money for creating crafts, hosting dinners, offering services, and such to raise funds for the Evelyn charities. The Bazaar for participants to sell items will be held after next week's Sunday celebration. See Susie Davis for details.
Those $10 are out in my car.
Uh-oh.
So see me after the celebration if you would like a little seed money for your talents project.
Thanks, Susie. Everyone Eats, the Care, Compassion, and Teams program to address food insecurity, will resume during today's coffee hour. Donate a $25 grocery card or receive one for yourself or someone else who is struggling with food insecurity. Sage Seeley is the contact right here. The November-December birthday dinner takes place at 6 p.m. this Tuesday, December 2nd, and I do not know how to pronounce this. If you know how, tell me. Oralis Bar and Grill. Everyone is invited, no matter when you have a birthday. RSVP to Randee Goodstadt or Judy Van Horn by tomorrow. Yes. That's you over there. Everyone is invited to go Christmas caroling in downtown Asheville with the Jubilee Singers on Saturday, December 13th at 1:50. Meet inside the north entrance of the Grove Arcade. Susie Davis is the organizer. Did you know that new tax rules might affect your charitable donations? Our acting treasurer, Ray Raymond, is arranged for Laura Herndon from the Community Foundation of Western North Carolina to give a presentation about the new tax laws and answer questions after next week's Sunday celebration. Please raise your hand if you're interested and leave it up so that Ray can count how many people might be interested in that. Okay. The immigrant rights cards are available at the welcome tables. A few of the Love Thy Neighbor, which I have one in my front yard, signs are still available for purchase for $10 each. To visit the Social Justice Team's website for more ways to make your voice heard and to protect our democracy. We would love for you to take an active part in enhancing our community-led Sunday celebrations by offering to welcome, the calling of the directions, the guiding the meditation, or sharing a creative gift. There are special opportunities for you to share at the Christmas, a short gift of Christmas tale, a poem, a joke, a song, a dance, or such at Jubilee's Christmas Eve celebration, which will take place at 4 p.m. on December 24th, and a link to the new Via Negativa Seeds of Celebration is on the homepage of the website. Everyone is welcome to join the collaborative Sunday celebration volunteer team, connect with Jean Marie Murphy, and get on the schedule. Carol Greenspan will have bags of Nicaraguan coffee beans for sale today. The coffee hour at $15 each. $3 for each purchase will be donated to Jubilee. Contact information and links for all of today's announcements are on the homepage of our website. And I just want to say one more thing. Anybody who's watching through the live stream, if you want to participate in my workshop, I will find a way to make you able to do that virtually. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rene. The hunger basket is on the table, and as we have been doing for 36 years, let's fill this up, especially at this time of year, so that we can send it out into our region and to those in need. Meanwhile, let's stand and let's sing an old favorite of ours.
Shining stars, there's a no 100%
we have a special gift this morning. A gift of technical arts, and Bob Lantis is going to tell us about it.
A gift of technical arts. Now, what do they mean by that? First, a few facts and figures. Every Sunday morning, some jubilants arrive here around 8 a.m. to remove from a tightly packed closet about 50 items, with hundreds of items in filled storage cases, which comprise all the equipment that's used around the stage to produce the sound of Jubilee's events. There's a maze of cables, connectors, stage connections, and distribution boxes, signal processing equipment, monitor controllers, Ethernet network equipment, wireless microphones and antenna systems, direct injection boxes, and a whole lot of microphones converged into about 48 separate inputs to an audio console system that's also unpacked and installed at the back of this space. There you'll find 3 separate Ethernet and wireless private networks, several routers and switches, a wireless hearing assist server system, and a couple of people making it all work together. Between the stage and the audio console station, the more than 200 available physical connection points, when converged inside of the audio console, create several signals routing matrices where the number of possible combinations is a number so large that we can't pronounce it outside of scientific notation, like 40 places. So what does all that mean in street talk? It means we can really screw it up, okay? So how many people do we have that understands how it all works together and can program and configure things as needed for varying circumstances? 1. We have only 2 people who can connect it all together with assurance, fire things up, and operate the system to get the job done. Often we don't have enough people to reliably get the stage set up in time for the World Beat Band's rehearsal prior to celebrations. Sometimes a few people are here long after the celebration, taking down the stage and putting things away due to not having enough help afterwards. So what we need is more depth so that more than one person can design and fix the routings as needed. What we need is more depth and breadth so that we have several people who can reliably connect it and all together and have it work correctly, and who will commit to an internship for training on the operation of the systems. What we need is a good-sized group of people who are willing to commit on a semi-regular but scheduled basis to assist before and after events so that all the stage equipment can be properly set up and stowed. What we need is an official technical arts team. Our need is to facilitate and create effective resources who will specialize some of their community service in the realm of where science meets art. Science or technology serves the art, and the art serves the communication needs of the community, and the communication serves the needs of making the main thing the main thing. So this little story we're sharing is a story about our mission and the act of communication, sharing, and connecting that are at the heart of what we, as participants in this community called Jubilee, are all about. Jubilee, whatever it is that we intend to do with ourselves as a community, effective communication must be one of those most skillfully wielded tools. And we need to do this well if we're to succeed. This is what a technical arts team is all about, helping to support this mission by planning for the needs and facilitating the delivery of all the elements that we identify as integral to the processes. We can broadly define the work as stage events, setup, support, and for those who have a more technical and artistic interest, audio and video tech support, which will require training on both of those platforms. We plan for the technical arts team to be a vibrant presence, even including some regular off-site meetings and social mixers. Together, we'll identify the processes that are required, plan how to expedite them, and then ensure that we have the human resources needed to make it all happen when they're needed. If such a mission resonates with you and you decide that you'd like to participate as a volunteer for this important need, please connect in person with either John Langdon or me, Bob Lantis, or else email us at avlteam@jubileecommunity.org. We thank you for your time, precious energies, and abundant love.
Well, for our meditation and prayer time today, as usual, if you are interested in Holy Communion, Judy and Diane are in the back to take care of you and to offer you special support if you have any prayers that you would like someone to support you in. All right, Randee.
Good morning. Hi. I will be offering poetry as a mantra meditation this morning with the poem, The Waking, by Theodore Retke. I invite you to close your eyes or to soften your focus in a moment of reflection. Feel the chair or the back of the pew supporting your back. Perhaps take a centering breath or two. When you hear the bells ring, please recite, I learn by going where I have to go. Let's practice that once. Learn by going where I have to go. Very good. The waking. I wake to sleep and take my waking slow. I feel my fate in what I cannot fear. I learn by going where I have to go. We think by feeling. What is there to know? I hear my being dance from ear to ear. I wake to sleep and take my waking slow. Of those so close beside me, which are you? God bless the ground. I shall walk softly there and learn by going where I have to go. Light takes the tree, but who can tell us how? The lowly worm climbs up a winding stair. I wake to sleep and take my waking slow. Great nature has another thing to do to you and me, so take the lively air and lovely learn by going where to go. This shaking keeps me steady, I should know. What falls away is always and is near. I wake to sleep and take my waking slow. I learn by going where I have to go. By going where I have to go. I learn by going where I have to go. And by going where I have to go. I invite you to deepen your breath. When you feel ready, allow your eyes to open. Turn to a neighbor and repeat. I learn by going where I have to go. Going where I have to go. Turn to another neighbor and repeat. I learn by going where I have to go. Place your hand on your heart and whisper to it. I learn by going where I have to go. Thank you.
I love that experience. Thank you so much, Randee. Well, we are going to sing and stand and sing a song of holy peace and share it with one another midway through the song. So you know how to do it. You can shake hands, or you can say hi, or you can hug. For now, we're going to sing. Kind friends all gather round. There's something I must say. What brings us together here? Bless us all today. Love has made a circle that holds us all inside. Strangers are as family, and loneliness can hide. Because give yourself to love. Love is what you're after. Open up your hearts to love, tears and laughter, and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Share holy peace with one another. Mountains in the rain. I've learned to love the wind. I've been up before the sunrise just to watch the day begin. And I always knew I'd find you, though I never did know how. Like sunshine on a cloudy day, you stand before me now. So give yourself to love. If love is what you're after, open up your heart to the tears and laughter, and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. All right, Jubilee. It's time to take your seats. Today, we have a very special gift of drumming by John Busse and David Sharpe. And midway through the song, there will be a call and response. So we invite you to listen and sing when the time comes. Thank you.
Ago ile ago.
Ago ile ago.
Ago ile ago.
Ago ile ago.
Ago ile ago ya.
Ago ile ago ya.
Ago ile ago ya.
Ago ile ago ya.
Ago ile ago.
Ago ile ago.
Ago ile ago.
Ago ile ago.
Ago ile ago ya.
Ago ile ago ya.
Ago ile ago.
Ago ile ago.
Ago ile ago. So that chant translates as we are walking to a gathering of people. And it came to me from a dear friend, Michael Wingfield, who I've known for over 40 years. He's a wonderful African drummer in the Nest New England community. So I want to thank Michael and thank all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, David and John. Everybody, Candace Chellew is back.
Thank you. Love being here. It was a very foggy, sort of yucky, rainy drive up. And you know, all I could think, all that was in my mind was, it's a great morning to be alive in the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Amen, brothers and sisters.
Let's say that together. It's a great morning to be alive in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Oh, yeah. I bring you greetings from Columbia, South Carolina, where I live, and Newberry, South Carolina, where I preach from time to time at the Clayton Memorial Unitarian Universalist Church. I'm still practicing how to say that. I am a Jubilee minister. I was made a Jubilee minister by Howard in 2014, and I take Jubilee everywhere I go. So anyone who speaks, here's an oh yeah. All right, so as we get started this morning, I'm going to give you a few readings and then we'll get underway here. From the Hebrew Scriptures, from Job, chapter 42, verses 1 through 6. Then Job answered the Lord, I know you can do all things and that no purpose of yours can be thwarted. Who is this that hides counsel without knowledge? Therefore, I have uttered what I did not understand, things too wonderful for me, which I did not know. Hear, and I will speak. I will question you, and you declare me. I had heard of you by the hearing of the ear, but now my eye sees you. Therefore, I despise myself and repent in dust and ashes. We'll unpack that. Don't worry. I know Job is always a rough start. From the Jesus story, Mark 10, 46 through 49. They came to Jericho. As he and his disciples and a large crowd were leaving Jericho, Bartimaeus, son of Timaeus, a blind beggar, was sitting by the roadside. When he heard that it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to shout out and say, Jesus, son of David, have mercy on me. Many sternly ordered him to be quiet, but he cried out even more loudly, Son of David, have mercy on me. And Jesus stood still and commanded him to be called. And from A Course in Miracles, chapter 25, is it not strange that you should cherish still some hope of satisfaction from the world you see? In no respect, at any time or place, has anything but fear and guilt been your reward. How long is needed for you to realize the chance of change in this respect is hardly worth delaying change that might result in a better outcome? For one thing is sure, the way you see, and long have you seen, gives no support to base your future hopes and no suggestions of success at all. To place your hope where there is no hope, where no hope lies, must make you hopeless. Yet, is this hopelessness your choice? While you work to seek for hope, where none is ever found? Can it make sense to hold the fixed belief that there is reason to uphold pursuit of what has always failed on grounds that it will suddenly succeed and bring what it has never brought before? About as cheery as Job. But we shall unpack. This is ancient wisdom and holy word. Thanks be to all that is wise and holy. All creation is wisdom and holy word. All creation sings of wisdom and God. Hallelujah. You know, it's interesting to be assigned to give a meditation on hope, because I am not by nature a hopeful person. It's true. I've made cynicism my stock and trade for about the past 60 years or so. And it has served me well. Much of my humor comes from cynicism. Much of my personality is built on being the devil's advocate and being a cynic. When one wraps themselves in cynicism, though, it becomes terribly difficult to think in hopeful terms. Because, cynicism is the easy road in this world. If you pay attention to the news, why? But if you pay attention to the news, all the terrible things going on in the world, the Pandora's box that has been opened, and the incredible mess that humanity has made of the earth. Optimism, it seems naive at best, and at worst, just kind of stupid. Cynicism seems to make more sense, right? At least if we're cynical, we don't have to think too deeply about the pain of the other people in the world. We can just chalk it up to the evil people doing what they always do. What you gonna do? In truth, cynicism becomes a form of self-defense, a shield that we use so we don't have to feel the pain of those around us, let alone our own pain. Cynicism means we can just sagely nod our head at all the terrible circumstances in the world. We'll pray for those in need. We'll hope for some miracles, but not feel especially moved to actually do anything about the pain and suffering that we see. However, I have been called out many times for my reliance on cynicism as a form of self-protection. A friend of mine once called me an optimistic pessimist. She told me that though I appear to be steeped in cynicism, I am in fact an optimist about the world. And I reacted poorly to this description of me. My cynicism became quite strong in that moment. But upon deeper reflection, I think my friend is right. I truly am an optimistic pessimist. My first habitual reaction to problems is always going to be very, very, very pessimistic. My inner Eeyore is already going, well, that's nice, but nothing good will ever come of it. And honestly, I think we all have that inner Eeyore at times, right? Rolling his eyes whenever we come across something that might seem like good fortune because we're waiting for the next shoe to drop. However, I also think we have an inner Winnie the Pooh who firmly believes no one cannot be uncheered by a balloon. Which basically means, for the optimist, it doesn't take much to make us happy. But there are dangers in the extremes of both Eeyore and Pooh. A recent study by 2 Duke University professors showed that extreme pessimists and extreme optimists act in much the same way. You see, extreme optimists seem to have too much faith in the future. They don't save money. They don't pay off their credit cards. They don't do any long-term planning because the economy is always going to rebound, no matter what. Extreme pessimists do the same thing, but for a different reason. Why take any measures to help yourself if the world's going to hell in a handbasket anyway? What the study reveals is that those who do best in the world are optimistic pessimists. Those with a moderate amount of optimism. This study showed that they, optimistic pessimists, work longer hours, save more money, they're more likely to pay off their credit card balances, and they believe that their income's going to grow over the next 5 years. And I think, jubilants, this is the key to hope. Now, hope is not a Pollyanna-ish view of the world, that everything's just going to work out fine and we don't have to worry about it. Hope is a mixture of optimism and pessimism. It's the balance between the light and the dark, the yin and the yang that we all feel. It's the ability to both pray and to act and expect miracles, and to imagine that we can get it together and stand up for what we need to be. I think that blind beggar Bartimaeus we meet in today's Jesus story is a good example of an optimistic pessimist. Old Bart, he didn't have much right to hope. He begged by the side of the road for any daily sustenance he could get. And Bartimaeus could have just sat beside that Jericho road and hoped that Jesus might notice him, take pity on him, and heal him. He may have heard that Jesus was coming up the road that day, and so he positioned himself just right to be there when this amazing healer walked by. But he didn't just hope. Bartimaeus put a voice to his hope. He begged Jesus to notice him, to have mercy on him, to heal him. He hounded Jesus so loudly that his disciples said, "Shut up! Shut up!" But the point, Jubilees, is sometimes to be healed, our hope has to be loud and raucous, so much so that people say, "Shut up with all that hope stuff." In this world where hope sometimes seems like a distant pipe dream, we need more people who shout their hope from the rooftop, and they do not stop shouting about hope until it is realized. Oh, yeah? This loud hope is the faith that will heal our world, Jubilants. It will bring miracles tumbling down like rain. Hope is not sitting and dreaming. It's about expressing those hopes in the present moment to anybody who will listen, because hopes and dreams rarely come true in isolation. They only come to pass in relationship when we connect with others and realize that hope is ultimately what heals our separation from God and from one another. Breathe deeply. That poor put upon Job, he's the flip side to blind Bartimaeus. Instead of being loud and raucous about his hope, he was loud and raucous in his hopelessness. After God makes a deal with Satan, who is really just called the accuser here, not the pointy-tailed, horn personification of evil. Anyway, Job begins to lose everything that is precious to him, his children, his wealth, his status. He loudly complains to his plight, as any of us would. He goes around to his friends and complains, and they tell him repeatedly, over and over throughout Job, they say, "Dude, you must have really screwed up, because God doesn't treat good people this way. Good people are blessed, just like you were, which means you did something so horrible, so terrible that God had to take everything away from you. So repent, dude, before this gets even worse." And Job racks his brain. He can't find anything that he has done or said or thought or omitted to do or say or think that would bring such vengeance from this God that he has shown such love and reverence and devotion to. And his friends say, "Think harder. There's got to be something." Traditionally, this tale is told as an unfathomable God, and how we are just lonely, recalcitrant human beings that have to suffer at the whims of this ineffable God without complaining. That's Job's lesson, they say. Be the suffering servant. Love God no matter how rudely or terribly you perceive God to be treating you. We're even treated to this long bombast from God about God created everything. I create everything that is. I order everything around the universe. And he tells Job, you know squat about what it's like to be God. Right? And Job, who had been loud in his hopelessness, becomes, unlike Bartimaeus, mute in his hope. And I think all the traditional readings miss the real reason why. Because A Course in Miracles gives us the key when it says, to place your hopes where no hope lies makes you hopeless. And I believe, and this is a heretical tradition of the reading, but it is Jubilee, We love heresy. But I believe in this moment, when God, through God's big old hissy fit, Job realized that he has put his place in a place where there is no hope. He put his hope in a God of his own making, a God created in the ego's image. It was boastful and arrogant and capricious and cruel that I believe in this moment Job became he became silenced by enlightenment. Because he realized that he was living in an illusion, and a brutal one at that, where he had given his allegiance to this false, cruel God. And I think Job's own words prove this point. He says to God, I have heard of you by the hearing of the ear, and now my eyes see you. Therefore I despise myself, and I repent in dust and ashes. Let's unpack that. I have heard of you, but now I see you. Who's seen God? I mean, the real one. Who can Job see? This is the moment. Job sees through the illusion and sees the God of the ego and recognizes it for what it is, an illusion created by the collective ego mind. He had heard of this fearful God, but now he's experiencing the wrath firsthand, and then he repents for believing the lie. Therefore, I despise myself. How could I have believed in this kind of a God? Job is renouncing the ego's hold on him. He repents in dust and ashes, which means he sees clearly through this bodily illusion that always ends in dust and ashes, not in any true hope for salvation. What Job's revelation means is this: he has been vindicated. From the beginning, he protested against his guilt. He knew in his heart of hearts he was innocent. Finally, in this epic confrontation with this egoic God, he gets it. He is innocent because he's created that way. The lesson for us is that we are Job. We're all created in love and innocence. So Job's tale is not one of despair, it's one of liberation. Job shows us the illusion. He shows us how useless it is to argue with it. And it doesn't mean that we don't do our work to minimize the tragedy that is happening in this world. Doesn't mean we don't seek to improve the conditions while we're here, but it invites us to see the illusion clearly, even our illusion about a God that sends evil upon us. Job's God is the God of illusion, the haughty, all-powerful, personified being we've created to run this illusion. Buddhist monk Pema Chodron says that when we are facing hopelessness, we can cower in the corner hoping it will go away, or like Job, we can use it as an opportunity to wake up and repudiate such a cruel God. She asks, which is the more sane approach to our life? Breathe deeply. I love writer Anne Lamott because she is an optimistic pessimist, just like me, and probably most of you. A few years ago, she wrote how she wants to write a book called All the People I Still Hate, A Christian Perspective. I'm waiting on that book. Because if that's not an optimistic pessimist, I don't know what is. She writes, though, about exactly what both Job and Bartimaeus learn. To get hope, to get to hope, you got to go through hopelessness. She writes about how her friends struggling with addiction had to start their recovery at step 0, which is where they wake up one morning and say, this crap has got to stop. Can it make sense, a course asks us, to hold the fixed belief that there is reason to uphold pursuit of what has always failed on grounds that it will suddenly succeed and bring what it has never brought before? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. It just said it in a really hard sentence. But this jubilance is step 0, the moment where we're teetering on the edge of hopelessness, and we just let go. We let go of the illusion of hope. The hope that we've placed in the things of this world that say they will offer us everything we ever need or ever want, only to yank it right out from under us at any moment. The Buddhists call that impermanence. Job called it God. This was the limited God that he had all his hope in and then gave up his hope in at the end. We learn that Job's good fortunes were restored after this tango with the god of the ego. He got his property, his wealth, prestige, even more different kids. As if property, is what marks God's blessing in this world. And of course it does to the god of the ego. Outward blessings are always a sign that the ego God loves you. But I think Job knew better the second time around. I think he understood which God he was dealing with. And he knew this time not to fall back into the illusion. And this jubilance, it's our lesson too, to be wise as serpents, gentle as doves. That's a pessimistic optimist right there, an optimistic pessimist. Keep a lookout for that egoic God who insists that wealth is out here, and instead pay attention to the real holy presence that dwells within. Because sometimes we got to get to hopelessness before the hope can kick in. Lamott, in her essay, gets very close to talking just like A Course in Miracles when she recalls asking an 8-year-old in her Sunday school class if he believed God is always with us and will help us get our sense of humor back. The child replied, about 80%. If we can believe in that love and goodness 80% of the time, jubilance, miracles will happen. But I'm guessing we're probably like Lamott, who, after surveying the political landscape, admitted she could conjure only up about 20% of that required hope. She admits in this piece that she hates President Trump, but she writes, 20% of me remembers that he is a man who has never once been loved. Never once, except maybe by his kids. His brother was destroyed by the lack of love and committed suicide. 20% of me, she writes, aches for the total barbaric ruins of his inner life. 20%. That's a miracle, she writes. And on top of that, I've realized that God looks at Trump and sees his own suffering son, never leaves him and aches for him too, pulls for him to be transformed by love, loves him as a mother does a child. Jubilance, even if all you have right now is 20% of hope, it's enough to build on. To challenge yourself to be like Job and give up the ego's cruel arrogance and hopelessness, and instead begin to embody the spirit of that old blind Bartimaeus in his world where he declared his faith in unity and love and hope. And he declared it loudly until everyone told him to shut up with that thing. But he declared it loudly until Jesus responded and healed him. And in that moment, jubilance, when our loud hope is fulfilled, the whole world gets to say, oh, yeah.
Candace, we're going to use a song for the bowls, I
Yes.
think. Yes? So
Yes.
I'll
Go
just say
for
a
it.
little something while you get yourself ready. So it's time. Thank you, Candace. Let's give it to
Thanks,
So the bowls are being passed around, and at this time, anything you drop in the bowl, this bowl comes back to us. So be generous. We appreciate that so much. And let's hear Candace.
I wrote this song. I noted it on the chord sheet. I wrote this song on November 15th, 2016. And I was hoping that this song would become obsolete at some point in its lifetime. It has been given new life. It's called Hopeless. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. Let's try again. Let me start on the right thing. 1, 2.
gifts on behalf of our past. We offer these gifts on behalf of this present moment. We offer these gifts on behalf of the future. Jubilee, we receive your gifts. We use them well. Thank you so much. Oh. And thank you, Candace, once again. Oh, yeah. All right, let's stand. Let's sing our